I think it's funny to hear his swagger and confidence and dismissiveness before the lyrics all the way caught up to like the best rapper alive claims. Because he's not yet on this album the best rapper alive.
But he
would
makes that
be.
claim on this album that he's the best rapper alive.
And he would make good on that claim.
You know, that's the start.
Right. You got to believe it. Even if you got to believe you can be that, even if you're not that yet. And even if no one is calling you that or no one sees it. Yeah, it's true.
And I mean, shit, in 2005, who was the best rapper alive?
That's a good question. Call in, folks. 718-635-0743. Who was the best rapper alive in 05?
2005, We Got It for Cheap Volume 2 came out. Pusha T was making a case for himself at the time. Jay-Z was retired, so he doesn't really count. Kanye was popping in 05, but he's not really a guy you go to for his pen. He's more like a musician or like a songwriter. So like, I'm not a songwriter, you know what I mean? Like, we go to him for his artistry, not for his lyrics necessarily. 05, right? So like, I'm trying to think like who really could even make that claim at that time and back it up with what they were doing in 05. You know, Jeezy had people going crazy, no pun intended, in 05, but he wasn't known for his lyrics.
Right.
You know, being the best rapper alive. Nas had dropped Street's Disciple a year earlier. But that was like not him at his peak, and Hip Hop Is Dead is the following year in 06. I mean, really, it feels like it was between Wayne and Pusha T in 05.
Wow. That's why Pusha T been mad this whole fucking time.
Yeah, because it was, you know, they were in a race, and one guy became over 1 million in the first week, and the other guy was freaking 24/7, 365. Pussy stays on my mind.
Listen, Pusha T should have made the claim then, because I get being mad, because I would say off of We Got It for Cheap Volume 2, he was the better rapper than Wayne at that moment.
In 05,
right.
Yeah.
He was, but he didn't claim it. Wayne claimed it, and then Wayne ended up making good on that claim and then surpassed him in my book. So it's like...
Here's the thing. It's easy to be the best rapper alive when you're in a crew, whether it's Clips or Re-Up Gang, where you're only really responsible for 1 to 1.5 verses per song. So... You know, Wayne's carrying full songs. Wayne's carrying full songs on his own. And I think we've seen with the Pusha T solo catalog that, you know, sometimes people are better off in a group. Because even if you like Pusha as a solo artist, are you really going to put the Pusha T solo albums up against Hell Hath No Fury, Lord Willin', Let God Sort 'Em Out, We Got It for Cheap, 1, 2, and 3. Like, you'd rather hear the group too.
Yeah.
There weren't many people that you could legitimately say were making like a push for best rapper alive in 05. T.I. was someone who was definitely making a push for that. That was like March of 06 is King with What You Know and Ride With Me and Why You Wanna, Top Back. The ATL movie comes out in 06. T.I. he made a claim in 06, essentially. He was the king of the South, right? So, like, that's not necessarily best rapper alive, but he was having the kind of success and growth as an artist, and he was still, like, maintaining a certain, you know, lyrical standard where you could have made the case for him in 06. I don't know about 05. Urban Legend came out in 04. I don't know, man. Common dropped B in 05. Do you think he is in contention with, you know, Lil Wayne and Pusha T as far as lyricism on B, or do you view B differently? Like, less competitive rap, more like, you know, kind of what we were talking about Kanye, like artistry?
Oh man, Joe, I respect both of those brothers. I think we were all firing on all cylinders. Okay, that's probably what he would say. But, you know,
What do you say?
I
Does
wouldn't say it's
B
common,
give?
and I love B. But
Would you say he at least made a claim for it in '05 or not even?
you could say he made a claim. He definitely made a claim for best album of '05. If you want to,
Yes,
like,
definitely. But best rapper alive? No.
had to be more active than just,
Okay.
some features in
I'd
that
say
album.
'04. Between the Champ is Here and the Kiss of Death album and the success of Why, Jadakiss could have maybe been there in '04. I don't see what he did in '05 that would have had him qualify for anything. Sean Price dropped Monkey Bars in '05. That's a great album, but was he on the level of these other guys in terms of like, were people, some of it feels like has to do with like, did you have the streets on lock in any way?
Right. Look, those of you who can say this,
But right now we gonna go back. I ain't that old or nothing, but I got a keen memory, you heard?
call in and let us know.
Yeah,
Right.
who was in contention for best rapper alive in '05? What are your criteria for that? Like, what are your supporting argument or for why they deserve to be in that, rarefied air? And yeah, call in, let us know if we overlooked anybody, if you agree or disagree with anybody. But quiet is kept. I think, Wayne may have been best rapper alive in '05 or approaching it. We don't know because of the Pusha T of it all. He was very good on those two mixtapes in '05.